D タイム。Bowden, back again, and I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, and welcome back to D Time. We're here, baby. It's always D Time, and I hope you guys enjoyed that awesome intro slash ad for the D Time. It's D Time shirts. As you guys see, there's DPE there, so super fire art. Big shout out to my man. Washi Taylor on Twitter for commissioning that. So go check him out. His link is in the description if you want to see some of his work. So I really appreciate that. And the launch is limited. It's launching on November 30th of this month. And the short sleeves are going to be 25. A lot of people are asking for the price. So the short sleeves are 25 USD. Long sleeves are going to be $30 USD. And it's going to be drop shipped to you. So as soon as you order it, it's going to be shipped to you immediately through Shopify or through Printify. So if you guys want some info on that. And also, if you are a channel membership supporter, you also get a percentage off. You also get a discount off. I think 5% off for supporting this channel monthly. So I really appreciate you guys. And also, this is the Neos deck profile. A lot of people have been asking for the highly anticipated Ian Shuffle deck profile. So here it is. This is a hero-oriented channel, so go ahead and please smash that subscribe button and check out the description. We got some cool stuff such as the Discord link. But without further ado, let's finally go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start with Elemental Hero Stratos. And also, as you guys see the Stratos, look. I also want to warn you guys, this deck is still in progress. It's still a work in progress. Currently, I'm going to have to dub this as a fun deck. I make this as competitive as possible, but it's not an easy deck to use. You have to use a lot of practice. Lines are very different. This deck is a lot more awkward than the Omni Hero deck. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Do not take this deck and go walk into a locals and expect to get first place undefeated. It's not likely to happen, okay? You're probably gonna go X2 if anything, because just how this deck to me still feels incomplete. Even though we have Ian Shuffle, maybe there are some lines that we don't know that I'm still working on, that I'm discovering. So very difficult deck to not just build but also pilot. So I would recommend just probably if you want to win, stick to Omni Hero. But if you want to have some fun, if you want to mess around, and maybe you can crack the code, here it is. So you guys see the Elemental Hero Stratos. Then we have the Liquid Soldier. Then we have the Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. And we're back to Elemental Hero Blaze, man, because we have so much more consistency and efficiency with the Ian Shuffle now that that's back. So that's my small Elemental Hero package. And by the way, we took a game against Tier. We beat a Tier Ishizu match in tournament, so we did that, and I have that replay live for you guys, dropping this week. So yeah, that is. Next is the Neos package. So the one Elemental Hero Neos now. Why? Because the Ian Shuffle shuffles this guy back to the deck, and you get a draw. So now you really only need one. There's almost really no reason to play two. Especially if you're playing 3 emergency calls like in this build. So the Neos goes back to the deck with Ian Shuffle. And also with the trap card, the favorite contact. So just one is good. I think that fixes that finalizes that ratio. 2 Spirited Neos, because you feel like you want to play 3, but now we're back into kind of like a negate format with the Root Kalos. So I would recommend just 2. And you want to see this guy, you kind of want him in the deck. You want to make sure that he's in the deck. So when you summon him from the deck with Ian Shuffle or the Engage Neospace. So 2 is good. 2 is good. And then on to the Neospatians. 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 Dark Panther, one Grand Mole, and yes, we upped it to 4. Hummingbird, Air Hummingbird. This deck won me in time. This card won me in time. So yeah, it's a time card. It's just too good. You gain 25 life points, and then now they have to go to main phase, which they won't be able to go to their battle phase by the time happens. So you can Ian shuffle this guy out or engage Neo Space this guy out in a clutch and win. This is how I beat the tier elements matchup, unironically. So yeah, he's really good. And we play triple Crosskeeper to round that out, to round out the draw 2 engine, and there we go. Very strong, very consistent. It's a very consistent deck, but it just has its issues, guys. When you guys play, you guys gonna see what I mean. But listen, do not worry. I'm preparing you for the best, and that's the monster count. I think that's a 15 monster count. 40 card deck. So we have one reinforcement in the army, and the triple Hero Lives. Now the reason why I'm showing this off as common is because this deck is completely budget friendly. This deck is completely budget friendly. So I want to show off I like the common Hero Lives because it's just clean, right? So, and then we have the emergency call. So again, that consistency, right? That core consistency. But so that's the general hero package, right? We have like 6. We get up to 6 cards. 9 cards that summon from the deck. 3 emergency call, so that's not 3. 3 hero lives, so that's 3, right? And then we're gonna tap into the Neo's engine. 3 engage Neo Space, and then here you guys have it. I know you guys have been waiting for it. Boom, triple Ian shuffle. I played 3, so there's that. In theory, also the Cosmo lock should be a lot easier to pull off now, since you can also summon a Neo Space with this card. So there's also that. So that's 3, 6, 9 with the 8 hero live. So that's 9 cards that summon from the deck. Now Ian Shuffle is more kind of an extender, but it still helps you get into that one card that you absolutely need. So yeah. And speaking of extenders, want to get to that. Boom. Triple. We're gonna play triple instant contact because now we're relying on the deck to be a lot more consistent, right? We're than the previous build. We're relying on this deck to be a lot more consistent, so we can have a Shiny Neos wingman line, whether we're on first or second, and it's good at most times. So that's why I use the instant contact. And or if we have the Neos on the field, we can bring out one of the actual original Neos fusions, and then it be live, such as a Grand Neos. So, and then I count this as more so as an extender / draw 2 triple Neos fusion. You need it. The restriction I think is overbearing. I think it's way too much. I wish that you can't summon anymore. Restriction was lifted, but you know, it is what it is. It's just you have to make it work, and it's very key part of the deck to help you into. It's a very good card. It helps you your pieces for the Cosmo Neos. So yeah, there's that. And then so like I said, I'm not going to prepare you guys. I'm not going to just leave you guys out in the wind. Like I said, I don't think this deck is as strong as it could or should be. So with these two out the way, right? Miracle Fusion and Polymerization. That's one of they're mandatory, right? You can't even play the deck without those. 3 Mass Change. We are playing the Dark Law route. So yeah, I mean, the deck is so demanding that we don't really get to play hand traps or board breakers. That's another problem with the deck. Another problem with the deck is it doesn't have enough 1-card starters and such. Like it's not like Omni Hero War Stratos equals a whole Ferris line combo. So this deck doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And obviously the Vision Heroes can't fit in this deck properly. So yeah, so Konami still has a lot of work to do as far as I'm concerned. And then lastly, the 2 traps. We're playing 2 favorite contract, a lot more accessible with Ian Shuffle. And the reason why is that because we have Ian Shuffle, which makes the Spirit of Neos a lot more accessible. Problem with Spirit of Neos, people at my locals play hand trap. So 1 hand trap shuts this deck down, guys. That's the problem with this deck. It can have gas, it can have a certain setup, but it's just weak against certain things. It's really bad against a mirror match. It's really bad against Dark Law itself. Ironically, it's really bad against Super Poly. People still play that. It's really bad against Ash. It's really bad against if they decide to hit the Spirit of Neos. It's really bad against Imperm. If they decide to hit Spirit of Neos, you really need that card. It's very important. and I just don't think this deck has enough currently. As the speed of the format that we're in, man, I just don't feel like it's enough. But like I said, it's still a work in progress. So there's that rounds that deck list out, and now we're gonna get into the side deck. No extra deck because this is just a deck list for you guys. So no side deck. You know, that's that. I'm gonna leave that at your discretion. But I'm gonna break things down though for you guys. So here's our starters. We got the Inferno Divisor, and the Sunrise, because you're gonna need that, right? Obviously. Then we're gonna get into some of our extenders, right? So your Brave Neos, Absolute Zero. So boom, there you go. And that's for we play 2 of those, right? So there's that. And then now for the rest of the deck, it's just kind of like Extend City, right? So Dark Neos because you want another potential target for mass change. Grand Neos because that card is just insane when it's live. You bring it out with the Neos instant contact. That's one of my favorite plays to make, and you already have the Neos in the graveyard on the field. This guy's live, and he could, bounce anything to the deck. So it's very powerful. Flame Wingman, that's your Shining Neos Wingman line, and then because you're playing Aqua Dolphin and the Air Hummingbird, now we can fit in the Storm Neos. You'll help deal with back row, and now that Mystic Mine is gone, that's really cool, right? And then we have the Nebula Neos, because we want, you know, these are pretty much also these 2 big guys. It's also targets for the Divisor. So yeah, very very helpful there. And then for some of your game enders, obviously the Cosmo Neos. So yeah, everyone loves themselves a Cosmo Neos. I know I do. Sometimes even when you resolve Cosmo Neos, it's still not enough for game. I don't know what it is, but it's just still sometimes it's not enough for game. So yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, it does just that, and that's it. What do we do after that? So we need more to do. I don't know. Maybe it's there and I'm not seeing it. Maybe the Neospatians need a retrain, right? Where they're just like, they have like 3 effects and they're all quick effects or something like that. But yeah, man, you guys are starting to see what I'm saying. But anyways, 2 Flame Wingman, 2 Shining Neos Wingman. So that's another game ender. You can bring out 2 very easily in one sitting. And then you have your Elemental Hero Escorial, that is your Dark Extender, into the 1 Dark Law. So you could also squeeze in a Mass Hero Koga because everything in this deck is light as well. So you can also squeeze that in for an extender to get over certain things. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yes, that is going to be the deck list, guys. And by the way, yes, do not forget that those t-shirts drop November 30th, and it's going to be a limited run, and they're going for $25 to $30 USD, depending on if you get long sleeve or the short sleeve. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and always remember, a hero lives forever.